Welcome, adventurers. Welcome. Thank you for gathering in such troubling times.
Hi everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and welcome to North of 60 Gaming, and today we are offering up part 3 of Role Player Adventures, and today we are going to set this up and choose our characters. And we're going to follow the rules fairly closely. So in this series I am trying to adhere to the rules and take you through all the rules, and we are going to play the game. However, during that play we will modify it slightly so that maybe I don't read everything to you, just so that I don't give away the spoilers. So we'll give enough of the game, and I'm going to continue playing through it, and I'm going to record the whole thing, and then when I edit it I'm probably going to go back and edit it down or put in bits where it's going to say, if you don't want to see this, please skip ahead to the next index. So without further ado, and I'm still saying that, if you can find a better word for that, let me know. But for now, let's go down to the table and set this thing up. So we are ready to set up here, and we're going to just follow the rules to make it easy for everybody, including myself. So you can see I am ready. There was my phone. I took a couple of pictures. There's some codexes down there. There's my dry erase markers, my scissors, which I used to open the dry erase markers. So the first thing we're going to do is fill the dice bag. Well, the ice bag is already pre-filled, so we are ready to go with the dice bag, and we're just going to put that off camera for the moment. The next is prepare the party journal. We've already got the party journal here, and I'm playing the 1 player count. Let's see if we can get that into focus for you right there. So in the case I'm going to be able to play, my play limit is going to be 4. That means 4 cards. My bonus play limit is 1. So we'll be able to take this token here. And then we're going to hear dogs barking throughout this. That is a 9-week-old puppy that I have in the house, and I may have a picture or two. Then what we're going to do is take our dry erase marker, and our play limit, as we said, was 4. Oh, look at that. That worked really well. Our combat dice limit is 3. We have no titles. At this point, our bonus limit is 1 at the moment. This could go up, I'm assuming, at some point or another. We will put the rest token out. There is our rest token. Then we get 7 gold according to the chart. Oh, we'll take our character sheets and we'll talk about that. So we're going to skip ahead. We're going to put a little bit down to the bottom here where we have 7 gold for a 1-player game right there. So we're going to count out 7 gold. Now my studio space is very small, so I've had to accommodate this. This is not how it looks in the book, but that's kind of how it looks on my table. That's, as I said, this was going to be, so we're going to get 7 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't really offer up, there we are, 7 gold. And there's a space for saved, so if we don't spend all the gold, we can carry it over. And then we're going to put our 3 faction cubes out on the 0 spot, and this is going to go up or down depending on who we support and what we do. So that takes care of setting up the campaign. Now one of the main changes I've had to go with is that I was going to play 2-handed, but I can't. I am going to do a solo 1-person adventure, only because, as you can see, I was hoping there would be more space. I could do it if I could find a place to put all this, but my room is tiny, tiny. In fact, I'll flash a picture up. I mean, we're dealing with just, the space you see here is the space I got because the rest of the room is full of games, and the other side is full of equipment that actually tapes this stuff. Computer, monitors, all that kind of stuff. So, also, this is from my home. So just to be aware that dogs will bark. Now I've taken myself out of the picture here just so that you can see that everything that's going on around here. But there are 8 dogs in my house. 2 of them are fosters. One is a 17-week-old lab husky cross who's as sweet as could be. His name is Arlo. And the other one is named Kit. What kind of cross? I don't know. So one thing I will warn you about in my throughs, I also talk about my life, a little bit. Why not? I mean, it's my opportunity to get to know, for you to get to know me, and I can share a little bit of what northern living is like, because there's nothing like getting up in the morning at minus 30 degrees. So the next thing we're going to do is actually we're going to have to take a look at what do we want as a play. Now we want somebody who's well-rounded, maybe has a little bit of everything, because we don't know what this adventure is going to be. So certainly Flint Knot might be a person that we might be interested in. Also, the Lassiter Cesar, he looks pretty good. Not good in strength, but dexterity. He's got a little bit in everything, and we can change those attributes. So this might be an easier one to do, and he's celestial. That sounds to me like somebody I might be interested in, a celestial being. How often do you get to play a celestial being? I'm just quickly going through here, seeing if there's anything interesting. This is intelligence. I kind of like him. He's a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't know how this is really going to go. 1, 2. Ooh, this is really good at whiz spin. So this is a cleric. Clerics are always kind of neat. Okay, Willa Fielding. Oh, and even the hunter. I love hunters. So I think we got them down to this 5. And I'm going to take a break here for a minute, and hopefully the dogs will sleep so that I can get a better recording of all this. But these are the 5 that we're going to look at. And let me just show you quickly their pictures and their stats. So I'm just going to take a picture of this and then I'm going to flash it up. Now I have to admit that I am intrigued with Lassiter Cesar, the Syrian outrider, and he's celestial. So I think we're going to go with that. So we will put the rest back for another time. Now this is the beauty of this game. You can, even if you know the game, you can still have some replayability because of the different traits, and you could take the different paths. So there might be some replayability in this game. How much replayability, I'm not sure, because these narratives tend to be, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not like it's on rails, but as you make your choices, you've made your choices. You're kind of going to know what's in some of these locations. So anyway, let's take a look at the card. Oh my gosh. So this is our buddy. He is a lizard-like. I like that. And these are his stats. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer some of these stats over to here, and I'm going to do that off the screen. His backstory is celestial, and in the codex, because we're playing with a single character, you take 2 backstories, and so he's celestial and the chosen one. So that's the pairing that they suggest. Of course, you could take anything. Other than that, he gets, let's just see, weapon is a sling and a steel net. He wears a leather cuirass. He has an acrobatic skill. He is cunning and valiant, and he starts with Dispel. So we're going to go through this, and we're going to set him up, and we'll get going with that in a moment. So I'm going to take it off, and we're going to go to the next step. And we're going to set up our board here, and we're going to go through this as well. But the first thing we need to do is fill in the blanks here and along here. So I have Lassiter Cesar set up on my board here, and we'll just bring that up just so you can see it. I've written in the constitutions and all the attributes, put the names in. The fatigue we'll talk about when we get there. We have his backstory, and we won't be starting that until we start the game, but we know that we're a celestial and a chosen one. We have our cards. So we have our steel net, so you can go up a value or down a value. We have our sling, so we can decrease a blue or a green by 1 or 2. So this game is all about dice manipulation, and there's big. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do is try to get probably more dice and more attributes so I can have more dice. Because as the monsters get harder, I may not have enough dice to defeat the monsters. I have Valiant, Cunning, which allows me to take any colored dice and make it a black or blue dice. Acrobatics, which allows me to flip a dice, a black or a purple. We have Dispel, which lets me add a black, and a Leather Cuirass, which lets me turn any value, I believe, for a black or a purple die. Purple is Charisma, of course. You can see red for Strength, black for Dexterity, green for Constitution, 1 for Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. So at this point, we have done everything in the rule book that takes us to the beginning of the play. So the next step, of course, is setting up the scenario, and that's really, really quick. So we're just going to do that right now in this video, and so we will be ready to go and start playing in our next round. So I've opened the storybook, and when you see this action symbol, and if anybody's ever played Dragonholt, you'll know that this little symbol here says, symbols like the triangle below an action are action indicators. An action indicator gives you instructions that you must perform. So you can see right here, it says prepare your adventure using the rule books, your campaign adventure, which we've done. We're at this point. Then we come over to setup, and it says place the Battle of Black Lake on adventure mat in the center of the table, which we've done. Place experience at each lettered location, A, B, C, and D. These are the blue cubes here. So we're going to go experience, 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 experience. Place, it says, next is place bonus play tokens on the party journal equal to the recorded value, which we've already done. Character sheets. Place each hand of cards in their hand space, which I have done. Place each character class card face up in their class ability space, which we have done. Let's turn that over. Each attribute roll to its maximum. So we'll put our dice here, our stamina cubes. Hopefully you can see them. We might get a different color perhaps if you're having trouble seeing them. And 1. Whoa, that's an interesting little baby white cube. How the hell did I get in there? I got a baby white cube. Oh, maybe, they may be 5s or something like that. So let me check. So we're going to take the big ones out because I think we're supposed to be using these little guys. And they're even worse to see than the big ones. I'm assuming these big ones are 5s. So we could get a lot of dice at some point or another if we need 5s. So bear with me. As you know, I am learning this game as we go, and I'm doing this on purpose, not making mistakes on purpose, but I'm going through the rules very, very slowly. A lot of the videos I looked at really just glossed over and said, here's the setup and here's a bunch of stuff. And I'm really going at it, showing you what's going on here. So we have now set up, let's see what else we have to do. Oh, there's the 1 and 2s. I've already pulled that out. So it says place the encounter tokens 1 and 2 on the table to create a pool, flip them face down and randomize them, and fill each the encounter spots, which are there and there. So we're going to close my eyes. I have no idea which is what. At least I know there's a 1 and a 2, so I mean it's a 50-50 chance which way they go. So we don't really know at this point. So there we are. We are set up and ready to go. Look at that. It says your adventure begins, but not in this video. So we are set up. We are ready to go. We have everything on the board. We have set up our party board. We have our characters selected. We have our cards. We have our references. We have all our tokens and cards here. And we're ready to play. So the next bit is going to be taking us through, and we're going to have to read our backstories and read through the beginning of the adventure, and that's where we're going to start. And we're going to chunk this down probably into no more than 20 to 30 minutes per play. So this might take probably 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm okay with that because I don't want anybody to have to sit here and be bored as hell. And I'm going to index when I think maybe it's a good time for you to just go zip. So we're ready to start. So I'm going to get this up and posted, and then I'm going to come back and play it a little later. I need a coffee. It's been an early morning. The dogs kept me up. One of them got into the dog food last night and left me a lot of surprises on the floor, which isn't wonderful. So I'm going to go off and have some coffee, and I'm going to be back in the next video to start the play. So one last thing, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Really appreciate if you could subscribe. That would be very helpful to me because that is the way I am growing my channel. And as always, notified. This is the third in the series. The first is the unboxing and the unboxing. The second is just going through all what you see here, just in the components. And this is the setup. So I just thought I would say that. So if you really like to show me some love, hit the subscribe button. It only takes a click. Click. If you have any comments, please put the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I do hang around on Board Games for One, Board Game Revolution, and the Role Player Universe. So you've probably seen these posts if you've made your way here. So I appreciate that. So without further ado, and I'm still saying that, I'm going to sign off and have my coffee this time. I'm going to have my coffee, honest to God.